Hello again. I'm going to do an exponential regression followed by drawing a graph of residuals. Here we go. I've got the height of a hue and pine tree in months and using months and height in centimetres. I need to put that into the calculator first of all to do the exponential regression. The months, being the left hand side, that will be the x values that I put in, and the height in centimetres, that will be the y values. And the x's I'll put them in list 1 and the y's I'll put them in list 2, and that's the standard way of doing these things. So you can see I've done that over in the calculator. List 1's got my x values and list 2 has got my y. Let's do the calculation to find the exponential equation that fits. You've got a choice of two, the exponential or the AB exponential, and the AB exponential gives you the easier representation to deal with. I'm using list 1 and list 2. I'm going to copy the residuals because I know I'm going to be plotting a graph of them in a second, and I'll put the residuals into list 3. And we say OK. And then we get the equation come up from there. It's in the form y equals a times b to the x. I'm told what a is and told what b is, so I can write down the equation. So if I was just using y's and x's, I would write that y equals a, which is 7.13, times b, which is 1.03, that's the 2 places of decimals, all to the power x. Or in this question, if we're using the symbols here, I might use h for the height, equals 7.13 times 1.03 to the power m, where m is months. That's my exponential equation that fits. Now let's get the residuals up. So I go back to the calculator. That's OK. There's a graph of the exponential curve with the points on it. To get the residual plot, I have to tap in the top half of the calculator screen, so just do that. And then the set graph menu comes up at the top, so that's what I want to tap on now, the set graph. And then I just go straight under that to the setting. At the setting, at the moment, it uses list 1 and list 2. But because I'm after the residual plot, I'm going to change that to list 3, which is where I've put the residuals. So we tap on list 3 and we set it. Okay, now if we tap the graphing icon at the left hand side at the top here, I now get a residuals plot. And I will just scroll down here and draw that. Now it's got a y-axis on the left hand side, so we've got one like that, and then an x-axis. That's what I'm going to be drawing. We have to label all the axes, so I'll start off with that. The y-axis is the residuals. And the x-axis, well, that's, in this case, the months. Label every time you draw a graph. Oops. Now let's just plot on the points. To start with, I won't give them values. I'll just put in exactly what I've got here, which is that point there, that point there, that point there, that point there, and that point there. Now at the moment that's not enough. I do have to give some values that come with that. The values that go with these residuals are in your lists, list 1, 2 and 3. Now list 1 is the x values, so that will give the x coordinates of each of these points, and list 3 has the residual values, so that's the bit that comes with it. So if I just choose 2 of these to give some idea of scale and size, I'll choose the second point, that is, if I just highlight it, that one there, and the coordinates of that come from list 1, the value is 5, so in brackets the coordinates of that point will be 0.5, and then the residual that goes with that is on the right hand side in list 3, which is minus 0.16. And I'll choose another point, and I'll use the last point, which will be over here, this one, and that is the point 40 for the months, and then 0.08 for the residual value. And that's it. Remember, when you draw these residuals graphs, you do have to label both axes, and you've got to give some values, otherwise you have no idea of what the size is. And that's it.